E fazer dos alhões água de açúcar, cada banana e da banana de lugar e correr da mastedeiro do fulaná pra espera noiva, casamento, carteiro o domingo, ela achado o domingo que ela tá fazendo.
That's my girlfriend Lisa.
Hello.
Your first name again?
Albino.
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 Yeah.
Lisa. Nice to meet you, friend.
EDIVALDO.
We're waiting for Valdir to come in.
Não, igualzinho. Aquele ali bem que tá, aquele de um amigo de montanha.
He's still bumming because he can't paint the cars. He has to make up for it.
Oh, aquele é Joy Track. É diferente.
Valdir. Come here.
Yeah.
All right.
Son.
All right. This is my girlfriend Lisa.
Oh, okay.
Valdir.
Hi, Valdir. Nice to meet you.
The son.
There's the owner's manual for this. All right. Got everything in here, so even electrical schematics, everything. Yeah.
Nous sommes Christian, enfin nous Christian fait ou fait
We're doing the extension for the
Okay. All right. We'll get out some boxes and we can screw in all those handles that I put in the front. I took everything off because I want it as safe as possible, so I packaged it.
That's the first thing that goes for the first day.
Yeah, não tem isso. Não tem isso tudo, não tem.
Okay. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SHOP Brava.
SHOP Brava.
In there.
You gotta love it. Have passion for it to be good at it.
Monte muito fazer, que é monte aquela chapata de fazer aquela.
For my reason, it's not as dangerous as you would think. There's so many safety rules. Matter of fact, it goes overboard. I mean, you see some of the crashes and people just get up and walk out of it. It's unbelievable. Part of it's having a good time doing it. These guys are smart. They know exactly what they're doing.
But he sent a lot more than.
I set on 30 degrees because that is one side of the, for thread,
Yeah, for thread, yeah.
okay? Yeah. Whether it's metric or imperial, it's same angle, 30 degrees. Yeah. And here's the protractor here, okay? There's a line right there, okay? There's another line there.
Yeah, it goes.
We made everything work.
Yep.
Come back at lunchtime, they'd be saying,
Yeah, 30 graus.
Yeah, 30, yeah.
30 graus é melhor para fazer aquilo. Para fazer aquele trabalho.
Yeah, for one side of thread.
You're gonna get water, Albert? Yeah, I'm gonna get water. Oh, Valdir, igual, né?
Which one does like rotors for like brakes and stuff?
We didn't get a brake machine. This can do it, but he has to plate the hole. So that's later. That plate machine I couldn't.
No, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I know he does a lot of that.
This is not big enough to get up to there.
Okay, there's an oil pump, okay?
Here they do a
This
lot.
bolt here,
So this actually allows more, so I have to balance it all.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No. Oops, sorry.
Okay. Told me to get what I can get, so I'm gonna get it.
Going to get a lot of
What do you need, Keith?
oh, in that box is just one of the toolings, or the blocks, I think
Oops,
it's.
I'm sorry,
this box in
sweetheart.
there. Yeah.
This one?
Any, you know, any of the KDKs that slide on there? Okay, yeah. Notice it calling. Okay, yeah. Okay, but this goes for just the pin and this the link is for the drawbar. No, this is the tooling, yeah.
That's up to two, I think.
The regular block, the slide compound. They might be in that box, yeah.
Morning, babe.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it goes here. Okay, this whole set.
Good morning. A lot going on in Brava this morning, guys. Job Shop Brava 2025.
Yeah, and that would slide through there and then that pin there. So most of the time you can keep there. You keep that off to
Just
the
got
side.
to Valdir's place. And, yeah, Pete's at it already. Yeah, no, they're all excited, Valdir's excited, he's got his guys over here. Valdir, we just run the.
Okay.
Four.
Is that it, meisjes?
Here.
7.
Ja, oké. Ja, is dat het, ja. Nee, is dat zelf? Dit is ja, met jou de toeren. Ja. Oké.
Okay.
Je verkaadt het.
Ja.
Oké.
Maybe,
Então, eu tenho cabeça da bajota ou porta de cascata? Eu coloco uma aqui também.
I like the way you did that.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to hold it.
But yeah, just to hold it. So, this wrench,
This one kan je doen.
Up a little bit more.
no,
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
All for the footage. All for the video.
yeah. one missing, or no, one not in the right line.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 20 millimeters, yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
All right?
Just sort of hold us.
Okay, but
Não
they're-
fazem as coisas.
all of these,
No, but
all of these collets go up in here, okay?
tudo que quiser também. Ele vai meter mão depois de fora, vai meter aquelas de mão para o
These two right here, Keith right here. Here's your collets here for your.
Okay, that's for the lathe.
Okay, this.
Okay, this is the collet for the lathe,
Okay.
yeah.
For the ladies.
But this is for the mill. Okay, the screw. Those down things,
Ok.
you know.
Aguenta o pulso.
This whole set, you put it on the wall. So you pick,
Espiar tudo e tudo. Mestre.
okay. The grinder, this, okay, you put this on one side. This is for the carbide.
We could have used that for nothing else but to sharpen your tool.
Yeah.
Só com o
Yeah, no steel.
Don't let nobody, that's for that one.
Okay, but there's two kinds of tools. There's high speed and there's carbide. Okay, this
Hi,
is good for
friend.
carbide. The other one.
I
that's in
need
the-
balance. Like, oh, like I drank last night.
That's the shield.
Do I want me to open?
But yeah, I think right inside I put the other wheel. In one of them, there should be two of those.
There's another one over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, okay. There's the wheel for the other side. Okay, one wheel there, one wheel on this side. Yeah, and this shroud here, boom, boom.
And this is for metal, I mean for,
One of them, the dark one is, I think this is the carbide and that's the standard one for high speed.
Mais grosso, mais fino?
Yeah,
This is the dark one.
yeah, dark one, yeah, high speed,
that's for the regular drill bits.
yeah, and regular drill bits
Só
too.
por molde.
Sabe, por isso não outro não.
Aquela de molde, só por de tudo. Yeah.
The carbide is a different material, so this also works on carbide.
Aquela agora é que é próprio de aquele não, mas não pode fazer um peço para pôr uma coisa que está adapta, que não se
Se
pode
vão querer pôr naquele
molde que
outro,
se cava.
só
Yeah.
Agora, basta não te cria um peço.
Yeah. I'm gonna look for high speed, more tooling. That's these are collets. Okay.
With these two, we be.
Like that. Okay. Blow.
Só
Just gonna use
you know,
you as a
keep it clean.
base.
limpa assim, quatro.
And nothing crazy tight.
Yeah.
Nothing
Now,
crazy
you got,
tight
drill.
when you do this stuff.
Esse apertão rígido.
Tudo na, tudo
Drill
because
bits.
Yeah.
You got
nothing
drill bits?
crazy, just.
Yes.
You got one?
Yeah, something.
Kan du spara så lika till fas skulle kalla.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this in here. But yeah, now, it could be smaller, yeah. Yeah. Because you're limited on height and all of that, okay? So, but it'd be better with a smaller one, yeah.
All right,
But this can also go higher,
Okay.
you know. If you got something, yeah, this is just a cover.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't have to have this open. You could get a socket,
Socket, you can
Yeah.
just use it over there, yeah.
that you want to, and then you know that you could go like this. But until
So you
your
don't have
eyes,
to open it?
you don't have to, but you can.
Till you learn, till it's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Your
it's better,
preference.
it's better you open it so you can see everything. You
Some
do.
people might take this off,
Yeah.
take it and put it somewhere.
Yeah. We want to keep it over there because it keeps it
Yeah,
clean.
yes, exactly, you know.
Yeah.
Things that I've done, this here was missing because they replaced this nut here already. So I put this in, made this fit so that you can read and set your stops. And you can actually control this up and down,
Okay.
okay? So that if you want to come down to exactly the same, yeah. Also, if you have in-mill,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and then mill, and there's actually, there's tool bits, but I don't see any end mills.
Albert left? Oh, no, yeah, he went to the store.
That's just a
Just
normal
another
right
call.
there.
Good old call.
But it can,
It would be like in a little
Different.
box,
three things, yeah.
like this. Okay, here's what I was looking for. This is high speed.
That's right.
Okay, so this would be the other stone, okay? So you got carbide on the
Yeah, but how
one
can
light
you tell the
stone,
difference?
and then the dark stone.
Ones for the
But how can you tell the difference high speed? Because
High speed, okay,
So they know.
most,
Each.
Não. É filho pequenininho. É filho pequenininho.
Temos que mudar
put it in here.
Não, falei, ontem. 24 que dá.
Carbide is
20, não, 24
silver braze to
que dá.
the metal. So this is actually, this is steel, not high speed, but it is steel. But this piece here that is soldered to it, that's carbide. That's what the one's on. This has nothing soldered to it, but it's special steel.
Novo,
I gave a whole bunch of different shapes. Because sometimes you wanna, this one here is like turning, okay? So you want to shape different, so I gave a whole bunch because it takes time to grind the tool. Okay?
Você vai ter que fazer, você faz um estilo de peça. Agora você está fazendo
all of this is
Por isso que
high
trabalha
Yeah.
com o carro
All of that is high speed. And that's carbide.
Você não quer ser...
Carbide, get messed
Liga daí,
up.
mulher.
Yeah, you could do, with high speed, you could do
Quer
softer
fazer, sabe,
metal,
dentro.
aluminum, brass,
Dentro do químico,
bronze.
né, para usar uma
Okay, you can do steel, mild steel.
Não,
Copper, yes, and that would be,
Eu vou ter que usar ferro na usa aquele.
It's missed in pork. It's missed in pork. Kill steel.
Ah, põe na cava de leite, não? Aham, não faz,
Stainless.
Antifreeze,
Stainless.
yeah, it could be stainless, it could be any of your harder steel, like so when you get into
Brake drum,
an
right?
axle.
With mother
You can
axle
do
de
brake
carro.
drum, yeah.
Brake drum hot steel.
Não, break down
Yeah,
aquele.
not-
Melhor é para usar aquele
abrasive on cast, that's why you use that, because it's abrasive.
So
Okay,
you would
it
use
was
this
very,
for brake drum.
brake drum,
And then this for all mild steel.
Yeah.
Brake drum would be done with carbon. That's a hot
yeah,
steel.
yeah. Almost every way, the correct way to grind, the things that are important, okay? This is the top, that's called rake. It could be very little, yeah, that's, okay, all right? this would come in this direction. So this is your lead angle. Okay, that's always got to be a little bit here.
That's okay.
This is the knife edge right here. Okay, and then if you look at it, this is in rake.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the three things to keep, because when the material comes down here, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gotta have this.
If you had this out here like this,
Yeah.
okay, it would be no cut.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know.
See, that's the fazel.
Yeah.
To be the lead, you make this, right? Or you buy
Yeah.
these holes. You go ahead and cut the shape. in it.
It comes in a plain bar,
Yeah.
and then I
That's the-
hand grind
It
them.
comes like this, el fazer S. So,
Bem com
bem só cigarro.
bem barco, ele corta do
Yeah,
corpo,
yes, yes.
I supplied him. There are some virgins that he has.
Mas aquele se dá para também, que desligou. É para aquele metal mais leve. E que tem uma velocidade mais baixa. E aquele é para aquele metal mais rígido.
Sim,
Manda
tem
axle
pouco,
de carro,
tem
essas coisas
mesmo
assim.
pouco difference. É igual.
Como aquele é
Já
mais
sabe que ele
rígido.
tipo um...
Ele é mais rígido. Aquele é porque se usa mais molde, assim, molde, bronze, cobre.
Ela mais ninguém se interessava por fazer peixe, fazer...
Almost all of these were made to do a job at that time.
Yeah.
And you always keep, because you might have another job similar.
Yeah.
So you just have to touch up exactly what you want to make.
Yeah,
You know,
because
sometimes
you
you know.
everything here.
Yeah, let's just say on an axle you might have a snap ring.
Yeah.
Okay, so you grind one just for that snap ring groove. So you got everything smooth, you weld it up, you turn it. Then you could go ahead and just poke in for the depth of a
Está
snap ring.
preciso, tem peça às vezes que nunca tem coisa para poder adaptar um daqueles não. Para adaptar para fazer, para criar que a peça para aquele curso. Por isso que ele manda muito para fazer, se eu querer fazer um outro peça, ele mostra como que tem que fazer
Tem que ter
bocadinho
campo,
soltar.
tem que ter um campo.
Como aquele que é faca, como aquele que é faca. Yeah.
It's it this way and this way.
Sometimes when you're turning plastic and stuff, this will be a breaker,
Yeah.
chip breaker they call it. Okay, so the material will come in here and then shoot, and it'll force it to break, so it doesn't make a long stringy chip.
Ok.
For real soft, man.
Yeah.
When copper do that,
Se usa plástico.
Copper
Monte
is actually
plástico,
kind of
monte
sticky.
teflon.
Para fazer aquele fundinho, para aquele curso que fica comprido, tu faz aquele fundinho até sabe para aquele curso para que fica criado.
Monteflon, não é?
Yeah.
Teflon, que é teflon de...
Okay, there's a lot to learn on tooling. You know?
later. And we start going and then we get caught up.
I see you guys going to Muhammad. I'm like, are they picking this all up?
He is.
It's gonna take a couple days.
Oh yeah, no, no.
Sure.
Yeah,
You
but
hear
if
it.
we-
You hear it first. Look at it. Then we do it all over again. Then you can ask intelligent questions. You got to know where you are to know how to get somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're just getting them to know where you are. Then you can go somewhere. That's why I said when you tell me where I don't know where I am. So how do I know how to get there?
This machine now is ready to put power to.
Ok.
All right, so because I got it up in the air, so when you get power to it, then you should have,
Yeah.
okay, start and stop.
E aquele é desse pronto para poder
Okay, when you start it, okay, it's gonna go in the direction of a drill.
Yeah.
Okay, this it goes both directions because I put this switch. You have one way. Okay, this is the wire. This is wired.
Aquele é um botão que ele põe para levar tudo às manias. Para a volta de direita e esquerda, tudo às manias.
Okay, so if you want to go right and you want it in here, you flip your wires which way you want. You know, for you.
Para a direita ou esquerda.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you always want to drill in that direction and you want it to be that way, you do. This switch is just here to cover up the hole and make it look okay. The light has got a bus bar in here, and bus bar here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could connect your electricity and put your bulb in. All right.
Yeah, 'cause that's 110. So you
Yeah.
can
Até
go.
que ela só para mudar fio, para não poder pôr lá.
Yeah, it's very important for you know to
That's
see
everything.
everything. And put tape over because if chips fall on the bus bar, you don't want arc out.
Ok. Usa fita cola também.
O número? No,
Okay, now this is 120, so you have to have some kind of transformer. Yes, okay, very good, very good. Because transformer on the readout. Yes, because I wanted to make sure you had readout, because you can, the readout gives you millimeters and and also some of the tools I gave them veneer calipers to slide, and they read both in millimeters and imperial also. Yeah. I am stubborn on metric. Okay. Because I grew up only imperial, and they try to shove down my throat in millimeters that I go away. But I try to give you what you can so that you know both. The micrometers. Yeah, the micrometers are imperial, so but you can learn how to read those.
A scubum? Is that a screw or something like that?
A lot of information.
Step by step.
Yeah. But
also, what he's crazy about is how to make thread.
Yeah. And yes, and that's why I forfeited this machine out of my own shop, because I know that metric is more important to him than me.
That was his first question he asked us. How can I do a metric bolt?
Yeah, because we need that a lot here.
That's big.
And this will be able to, and I can run down through that. Once you get this running down the next day or so, I'll come down and
when
we'll
will
go
this
through
be up
that.
and running?
Okay.
We're throwing a lot of stuff at you right now.
we-
Whatever you don't get, then you can
This
book,
is my card.
and then we'll come
and
back.
This is my
We'll do it again.
information here.
We're gonna put it all together, running today.
Here's some of my
Okay, we'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is my shop here. This is my design, my own design. I call it the Patriot Attitude.
It's got a big speaker in the back, so.
And I say walk the talk. You just don't talk.
Fica
You
da
walk
papioca
the
da
talk.
fase nerd. Come é que faz? Papioca, vale.
You know? So,
Tudo mostra papia.
Yeah.
Fazem.
yeah, so you can put electrical to here.
They're gonna have
You're
everything
fine.
up and running at
Okay.
the end of today.
Okay.
So we'll be here tomorrow.
By the end of the day, we'll have everything.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Awesome. But now this is free. Now this is free, and you got your handles on here. This here, you can adjust that now. And then you can set it actually just wherever you want. You know, sometimes it does take a little tap there. Yeah. And then when you come back all the way, it pulls this out. You can put drill chuck and okay. There we go. See?
Quer ligar dele?
Yeah.
Quer ligar se ligar? Devo ligar no meu tempo? Não. Então é pequenininho, mas é diferente. Não tem nada a ver. Só não ligar pro.
This is live center.
Deve ser essa aqui.
This is dead center. Okay. When you run this, always put grease on in the center hole. You know, on the end of a shaft to see a center hole. That's because you always support it with the center hole. That's why that little center hole is there.
Com aquele jeito vai.
So your tools that you see.
Às vezes eu tenho que
I'll show you how to do that as
porque
well.
vamos conseguir levar mão que tá aí.
All right.
Que tá aí reto, entendeu? Dele, calma que ele já só que funciona.
This one,
That's working.
that's ready to plug.
We're ready to plug? Okay.
Yeah. Liga na.
Uma Coreia azul, tem que trazer azul. Esqueci. Tem que trazer azul. Não é azul, tem que trazer azul.
Good.
Tem que ligar. Não, que espera, vou ligar. Não precisa de colante para. Não. Não é para muito feature. Se só olha, não, até vira ali o meu só.
Esse que está fazendo é só que é bravo.
Não, precisa de duas posições.
Direito, esquerdo, left, tudo.
Yeah, need a.
Se você quer fazer que
A pen?
se você quer,
It's a spanner.
Olhando.
Yeah, but it is. And they roll it out so it's all hard. Like the green's all. Like the green's all hard. They got all.
The
cool part was like they came from Scotland. You know, started in Scotland. They came out.
All right, you got a small drill?
No, drill.
Yeah, you can plug this in. You want to see this? Okay, and you got speed here. Okay, yeah. Yep, okay. Okay, because this one here, we can, yeah, make it okay, yeah, and then you can put wherever you want. It doesn't really mean where it's at you because you know where if you set it at 0 and you know it's up, then that will always be the starting point.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go like this. Speed. All right, this is off. And of course, this is jog. Whether your speed is on or not.
Yeah. As long as it's on, that works.
Okay, you need to tight, you know.
Yeah.
Something's loose here.
Yeah, there's the little screw over here that tightens.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
we can try it out.
But this is direction,
Yeah.
and then this is speed. And then this is rapid all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime you want, you put it in the handle. So you get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can fix it.
Yeah.
Tighten it
Okay.
up.
All right. And, yeah. There's 3 of them. They're black. Little round Yes.
I was the only one that had the same gloves they gave me in the beginning as when we finished the job. I had the same gloves. The only one. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah. I get that from my mother.
The reason why you had that one.
Don't waste stuff.
Yeah. You don't have to. They lock in there pretty good, so they stay.
come
The other one was for here.
Yeah.
This was the accessory.
Ah, ok. Aquela é assessor, aquela gatinha, que bem um pouco.
I think
é
it's,
ardilhoso.
I think that the gentleman that donated this machine added this on when he had it. This time,
This one too big? It's a small one.
you get to adjust it how you want to adjust it.
Some things are more valuable.
Okay, but it's running anyway. And you got when you have this all set, this here will, this is how you move these in and out. If you wanted to, like, when you're milling, you know, and you want to come over and you want to stop, this will hit here. Yeah.
Shut it down.
Yeah. But we'll let you get the other thing going and everything, and we'll come back. So, but if you have the tools laid out more on like a bench here, and all the boxes open, then I can visually see.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put everything all set up like tomorrow after when you come, so you'll find everything.
Awesome.
On point. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You got a little hand cleaner?
No, we don't. Just water wash.
Water, Lisa, if you want.
I'm on vacation.
I know.
I should have said that?
No. We gotta look for. They don't have it here. They don't have it here. We get it from my family that sends us once in a while.
Yeah.
They don't have that much. Some family they don't have that much over here.
Yeah.
We appreciate everything you did for us over here.
Millimeters, inches, right here. Okay, and then you can clear. If you want to make Y, anything there, you go Y, and you go.
They can fix it overnight.
You hit Y, and then if you want to make it that number, you can make it that number. Or if you want to make that number 0, you just go 0, and you make it 0, and you go from there. So,
Se você fazer consigo, with 0, with this way. Se você fazer this, you may be 0, because
and the shooting star technology.
They'll figure that out.
I don't expect them to remember anything. Just throwing it out there. They'll catch it. You have
to do that, and then they'll go, man, that's what he was talking about.
Shooting star technology. You look up and you can download the manual.
No, I know
because they're gonna hook everything up.
What are we gonna do is build that table. Build that table and put everything over there. Get everything all set. If you have time tomorrow, we'll have everything all set by tomorrow. You can come there. It'll be easier for you and for us.
I don't expect you to remember everything. We threw everything so you could catch something. Now you can ask questions because now you see. Then, because you're smart enough, then now you can ask questions. But till you know where you are, you can't get nowhere.
I know.
Well, I'll line up tooling for this, tooling for that, so you know where they go.
Yes.
Makes it easier.
So we put it all over there, then you can line up which one is for that, which one is for this. So we can.
And then I'll go through and just show you how to change out the things, that's all.
Yes.
And then you'll be on your
And
way.
sharpening, that's what you need to learn how to sharpen.
All the
That's
36.
Just ready to go?
Sharpening.
Se boca creu vi morta, busca rainha de nos terra, arranca bobai, bochambi, nesse café, suave e doce, nos terra mais. Se boca creu vi morta, busca rainha de nos terra, arranca bobai, bochambi, nesse café, suave e doce, nos terra mais. Inspiração de nosso poeta, princesa de nossa serenata, na noite serena de luar, basta e janela de crescer, na choradinha do violão. Cabo Verde sem morna, panela é terra, sem sol, sem calor. Noiva sem grinalda, vitória sem glória, do povo cristão. Bem bozembodô, spor fiz caperdiano. Bem nos junta a voz, não bem cantar, nós morna. Se boca creu e morna, busca rainha de nos terra. janela de um crecheiro, a linha de um violão. Café sem morna, família e terra, sem sol, sem calor. Noiva sem grinada, vitória sem glória, de um povo chorado. Bem botelou, se boa ficha da verdade. Bem nos junta a voz, não vem cantar, nos morre.